Hi, I'm Maura McCullough, founder of College Scoops. Our goal at College Scoops is to provide valuable, curated content to help students and parents get a better feel and vibe of a college campus in the surrounding area. Whether you are in high school or at university, College Scoops provides the inside scoops on everything college related, highlighting the best places to eat, stay, and explore on and around campus. We know college visits in particular should and can be fun, offering new insights into the local community and surrounding area each and every time you step foot on campus. We have just launched a virtual college experience series to highlight what our student ambassadors love about their school and to answer several important questions you and your students may have about particular colleges. We hope you find these videos helpful. We had a ton of fun making them. Thank you to all of our student ambassadors and to the entire College Scoops community for pulling these together. Please subscribe to College Scoops and follow us on our social media.
Hi, my name is Zhen. I'm the Brandeis lead ambassador for College Scoops. We are bringing you a virtual campus experience to answer many questions students have as they make their final college decisions or start to develop their own college lists.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a third-year student at Brandeis studying psychology, business, and teacher education. I'm from China. On campus, I'm involved with admissions, being an admissions volunteer. I'm also the treasurer of the Brandeis Flower Information Team, a member of the Chinese Student Scholar Association, an orientation leader, a volunteer with some awesome group programs, and also a non-professional solo dancer.
Hey guys, my name is Skye. I am a campus ambassador at Brandeis University. So I am part of the class of 2023, so meaning that I am a sophomore this year. My hometown is Harbin, China, which is essentially the Russia-China border. So I grew up in an area that's very cold. Boston coldness is nothing to me. And aside from working for admission, I'm also part of the student union. I'm very committed. This is my second year in the student union. So last year I was the senator of class of 2023, and I'm still holding this position this year. Last year I served on Health and Safety Committee and Social Justice Committee, and this year I'm chairing Health and Safety Committee, so that'll be the only committee that I've completely focused on.
Hi, I'm Sami, and I'm a sophomore at Brandeis University. I'm majoring in American Studies and minoring in politics. Outside of school, I skate on a competitive synchronized skating team.
Hello, my name is Chengrui Wu, and you can also call me Chelsea. I'm a current junior right now at Brandeis University. I major in psychology and education, and minors in East Asian studies.
Hi, my name is Matthew Bernstein. I am from Lynbrook, New York, which is in Long Island. I'm majoring in neuroscience and minoring in HSSP and anthropology. I am a junior at Brandeis University, and I'm involved in Waltham Group, which is an umbrella organization for community service at Brandeis. And I work with kids in a low-income housing community as part of an after-school program, and the program's called Prospect Hill Kids Club. I am also one of the co-presidents for a club called Education for Students by Students that puts on TEDx and Splash. I am also involved in a neuroscience lab studying microscopic worms or roundworms. I am also an admissions ambassador, which essentially is a tour guide.
What do you wish you knew when you arrived at freshman orientation?
When I arrived at freshman orientation, one thing I really wish that I knew is how drastic of a change it was, at least for me personally. It was a pretty big change from senior year high school, where you when you're all relaxed, ready to go to the next phase of your life, until you get to freshman year of college. Everything is super intense, everything moves super fast. Your professors expect you to contain yourself. You need to stay on your own schedule. I wish I knew what I was expecting in terms of academic stress, because if I had an idea, the slight big picture of what it would be like, I think I'd cope with the first year stress a lot better than I did.
What I wish I knew before I arrived at freshman orientation is how little high school actually matters when you come to college. and how you can just basically leave all of that at the door and have a fresh start, and also how much college changes you into the person you want to be and also never imagined you could be.
What was the deciding factor in choosing Brandeis?
I chose Brandeis because of how kind and welcoming every single person I had met on that campus was when I had toured and visited. It just seemed like a place that I would truly want to spend 4 years at.
I think one thing I like Brandeis is that I like the location because it's in Boston, but it's not in the city. So it's not that noisy. And you can still have the atmosphere of a university. And also, so university is not as large as some others. So you have courses around 10 or 20-ish people, but you also have the largest courses with 100-ish people. So I feel like it's like a combination of a big university and a small college. So that's why I really like it. I think you can form a close relationship with your professors while it still provide a lot of academic or research opportunities or resources.
How easy is it to register for classes?
It is fairly easy to register for classes upon my experience. For me, I've never experienced a failure to get into a class I want. I actually think the harder part might be doing some research ahead and form your own class schedule and decide the class you want to take.
When it comes to registering for classes, I think those are very, very easy. We have a very straightforward policy, and it's like a lottery system for each year of students. So like there are senior priorities, also like freshman students work differently, but you're going to have a time schedule and you know exactly when you get to select your first batch of classes, and you just have to prioritize like which class you want. Like if there's like this lab section that you really want to do, you might want to register it on the first day and then leave the other classes after that. But I think it's a very fair and straightforward system.
What is the social scene like? Are freshmen allowed at parties?
Social scene here is very dependent on what you want to do. So a lot of the time we spend studying, but also when we're not studying, we go out into Waltham, we go into Boston, we get food with friends. Right now we're in the middle of COVID, so we're not partying, but we used to go to parties at fraternities or sororities, and first years are allowed to go to some of those parties, but as you get more into those Greek life events, then they start becoming closed parties.
Because Brandeis is such a small school, social scene is pretty easy to get into. You can rush Greek life, but also you can get into the parties most of the time, even if you're not in Greek life, which is really cool. Another thing that I love about Brandeis is that on a Saturday night, if you just want to sit in, watch a movie, there's going to be plenty of people who want to do that with you.
How difficult is it to find housing?
So housing is guaranteed for the first 2 years on campus, but 80% of our students do stay on campus throughout all 4 years of their stay. So I'd say a lot of the students choose to move off campus voluntarily after the second year. So I don't think it's gonna be a big problem if you want to stay on campus all 4 years. There are different options: apartment style, house style, or just a regular dorm style. There are a lot of varieties when it comes to housing on campus. And if you do choose to live off campus, I'm living off campus right now. I live in an apartment called Cronin's Landing, which is a 5-minute drive away from our university. So it's very accessible as well. So I'm living in an apartment, but I know that there are other options, like on South Street, which is a 1-minute walk away from our university. There is this huge neighborhood with different houses. It's literally 1-minute walk away from campus. So it's super convenient if you want to live closer by, or if you don't want to buy a car.
I think it's a little bit difficult, especially if you want to move out in sophomore year like I did. I think one thing is to really check the housing out. If that's available for you, go around, ask people to actually check the house out. So if you like it, try the water, try the light, ask clearly about how the utility gonna work, how the safety around it. It's difficult, but it will work out. Just talk to people about it. Don't make the decision by yourself.
Are students actively involved in clubs, recreational sports, and outside activities?
Students at Brandeis are so beyond actively involved in clubs and recreational activities. There's always going to be some club event going on. You can probably go get free food. I know a ton of people make friends that way. People at Brandeis are really, really involved in their clubs and activities.
Students are also very involved in clubs, sports, all outside activities. They get super passionate about literally everything that they get involved with, and so they go full force in it. If you're heavily involved in sports, then you might also be involved with 3 other clubs, and then you get really involved with those friends too. It just makes going and getting involved with those clubs even more exciting and makes people more enthralled within those clubs and more excited to be a part of them.
Does Brandeis do a good job helping students with internships and research opportunities?
I would say Brandeis do a fairly good job helping students apply for internships or research opportunities. We have our Hyatt Career Center. They have resume building, cover letter review, mock interview sessions, and all kinds of opportunities for students who are really thinking about getting into their own career. If you are preparing for an interview and you don't have proper clothing, you can also go to our career center and borrow some formal clothes and just get ready for your interviews.
Brandeis does a really great job at making sure students have the tools available to apply for internships and research opportunities. Professors are really easy to reach out to get in contact with to help them with research or anything. We also have the Hyatt Career Center, which will give you pre-med, pre-law, pre-anything advice, as well as advice on writing resumes, cover letters, and interview tips.
What tips do you have to succeed academically at Brandeis?
Brandeis is not a huge university, so although professors are always busy, they're not that busy. So you give time and they're going to reply your email. Just email them whatever you're confused about, the courses or the homework, and also take advantage of the office hours. Talk to the TAs, talk to other students, and Brandeis also has a writing center, which I think is really helpful, especially when you first get to college. You are not really know what's the format of the paper, what the citation gonna be like, how about the references, stuff like that. And there's a lot of resources. Just try to use them and always get information from others. Don't just play by yourself.
One specific study strategy I can think of is to space out the time you review a certain course subject. So it's not really the best way to study if you just study everything right before exams. You can memorize things better if you space out the time you review a certain subject, like review it once another day, once 2 days. And you can memorize the course materials better. Also, I would say success is not only academic success. There are a variety ways for people to succeed. So find your passion and work hard for it.
Here's how you can get more information like what you have just seen to help you and your student get the inside scoops on college life. We have close to 100 ebooks available at collegescoops.com for purchase. All of our ebooks feature student and parent testimonials on what life is like on campus, living, learning, and working while attending college. We offer students and parents favorite places to eat on and around campus, along with a host of local excursions for you, your student, and family to enjoy during your college experience. With direct links to restaurants, hotels, and excursions, we have made it as easy as possible for you to plan your trip, saving you time, energy, and stress. Whether it is your first time visiting or at graduation, we've got you covered.